Welcome to Monday's programme. East Midlands Today can reveal that former terrorists are being used to teach teenagers about the dangers of being radicalised. Today, a college in Leicester became the first in this region to run a powerful anti-extremism course.
It comes as a new anti-terrorism law gives schools a legal duty to tackle the problem. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball was given exclusive access to see how it works.
It's not the only way.
It is the only. We've tried every other way.
Learning about the powers of persuasion and how to challenge an extremist narrative that's been poisoning young minds online.
Where's the bomb?
Today, these students at City of Leicester College took part in a hard-hitting course called My Former Life.
I felt that if I had continued with this particular group, I'll probably be raising a monster.
It's based around 4 personal stories, first-hand accounts from people who've turned their backs on very different violent extremist groups.
Just to train us up, they'll shoot.
This man used to be an Islamist jihadi fighter. They also heard from an Irish Republican terrorist and this violent American white supremacist.
We think that this will help them to be able to make informed choices. And in the case of all of our 4 former extremists in this film, in each case, each one of them is very, very clear that violence never solved a thing for them. And so I think the messages are incredibly powerful.
This is all about questioning narratives that so often inspire violence and understanding how very different extremist groups use very similar grooming techniques.
I think it's a big problem because those parents don't know what their children are doing on the internet, and then they think that that's the right thing if they go join them and then maybe do a bombing or killing.
It's the killings that was really scary, like how you can just kill people and not have like a guilt conscience at the time.
What surprised me is how normal people, it's just normal random people, everyday people just get pulled into these things.
This kind of behaviour and attitude is out there, and it's important that we recognise it so we can solve it.
And after the massacre of so many tourists in Tunisia, there's growing pressure to stop British nationals joining the so-called Islamic State. That's become a priority for what's known as the PREVENT programme.
Leicester is a PREVENT priority area, and that's for a reason. Leicester has not been immune to the influences of ISIS. It's not been immune to sort of far-right and even neo-Nazi influences as well.
Isn't there a risk, though, that some young people might think, look, we're being told what to think here, and then simply driving those views underground?
Well, I would say it's exactly the reverse. Young people today, particularly through social media, they're guaranteed to be exposed to extremist narratives. So when they are exposed to it, they've got something to fall back on, not be sucked into some of those sort of propaganda machines.
They want to take over.
And now this anti-extremism course is being offered to other schools here in the East Midlands, a lesson in critical thinking that might just save lives. Jeremy Ball, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester.